When it comes to builds in Gotham Knights, the game most definitely is on the simpler side. However, you can make tweaks to your character and get some pretty impressive results. You've already seen those results at the start of the video when we were absolutely smashing through everyone with Red Hood. So that is the setup we'll be showing off today. It's a ranged crit setup. With this one, when we've got all our various different procs up, then we'll be getting close to 100% crit chance. On our ranged attacks, we've got over 260% crit damage as well, and there is still some room for improvement in one or two of the mods that I'm actually using now. This build, at the end of the video, I'll actually show off some gameplay where we managed to down all three phases of Harley Quinn in just under a minute, and I'll show off some general open world gameplay as well. But let's jump in, let's start breaking all this down. Just before we do go in and we actually break down the gear I've actually got in the character, I'm very quickly going to talk about the momentum abilities and the skills. The only momentum ability you'll be using, and this is the one you want to save your momentum energy for, will be Two-Fisted Reload. You want to start off the majority of fights with this. The reason being, you'll see in just a second when we get to the skills tree, it gives you a massive damage boost. It's giving you at least 2 times damage, so it's absolutely amazing. So once again, don't go using any other of the abilities, save all your energy for this particular one. But let's have a look at the skills. Now for the skills at this point, I'm still fairly certain, looking at the skill points that are available in the game, you can actually max this out, and there's also no respec option available. If you've got a screenshot of it maxed out, then please do send it on to me, because I don't know anyone that's been able to do this. In regards to where you want to allocate your points, you've got the marksman tree. You want to completely fill that out. I'm not going to go over the nodes there, but they are a selection of crit rate, crit damage, additional damage when aiming, and so on. So that's why you want to max that out. For this vengeance tree, I'll quickly show off these 2 skills here that's very important. So this is the momentum skill we want to use at the start of a fight, and whenever the buff from it drops off. So when you use this, Red Hood can shoot unlimited rounds for a short period of time. Also, when you use this, Red Hood shoots double the number of rounds for a short period of time. So this is essentially doubling your damage, and you'll be doing crits all day with this. So you're getting double crits, which is absolutely amazing. Very quickly in the knighthood tree, I'll point this one out. This is really good. So this is ranged terror. When you knock somebody out with your guns, which will be exceptionally often, it will fear the enemies and they'll run away or they'll cower, and it gives you more time to actually aim and shoot them and then knock that enemy out, and then it will fear the next enemy, and it just continues in a loop. So this is really pretty amazing. But that's the skills and the momentum abilities that are important for the build. Let's start breaking down my gear now. So the gear we're using for this build, and not surprisingly, it's legendary gear and it is heroic mods. Now your drops are random, there's no way of target farming a particular piece of gear, and in order to farm your gear, simply finish the game twice, get to your new game plus so you're at least level 40, and then just go out at night on patrol and do the red crime missions. That's it, and you'll have a random chance that your legendary gear and your heroic mods will actually drop from that. So once again, you can't target farm a particular piece of gear, you just need to go out and do those crimes. Now I'll break each of these down. The suit and the melee part isn't too important, the range one is the important part here. I'll just point out on the right hand side for the stats, you can see that the crit rate for the guns are currently 65%. I can get it a little bit higher than that, and we've got various skills that will interact and boost it higher, but it don't show on the stat sheet. So all in, it should be close to 100%, and then you've also got your crit damage, which is a whopping 261%. But let me show you this legendary suit here. There's nothing too special about it other than you've got a conditional stats. The conditional stats once again are random, so it's just a case of farming your gear until you get gear that's got at least 3 mod slots. You want it as a grade 2 legendary, which means you can upgrade it by doing crimes, so it gets a little bit more powerful, and you want useful conditional stats. If I show you the conditional stats here, they aren't great, but the bottom one, it's got its uses now and again. So it's ultimate offense, increases critical chance for a short duration and increases the critical damage of the next hit after using an ultimate ability. So after using ult, that will bump my crit rate for my ranged attacks up to close to that 100% that I'm aiming for. For the melee weapon here, what you're looking for is your 3 mod slots in it, and then also, I'll show this off very quickly. If we scroll down to the bottom of this one here, this has got a really nice conditional stat. You're looking for this either on your suit, your gun, or this particular item slot here. This is exploit bullseye, so headshots significantly increase crit chance for a short period. It doesn't tell you how much that is, but given the wording of other bonuses in the game, I imagine it's probably between 10 and 20%, which once again is getting us close to that 100% crit chance when we do headshots, and we'll be doing headshots really often because the majority of the time we actually manually aim with this build. If we go on now and look at the range slot that we've got here, I'll bring up the conditional stats for this particular one. There's nothing that important. We've got perfect heal grants, heal over time after performing a perfect evade, and perfect momentum. Increases momentum build up over time after performing a perfect evade. Actually, nothing is really useful there. Where this particular gear piece is useful and what you're looking out for it, you look out for your free mod slots, and you want to look out for a gear piece that's got a crit chance and crit damage. You can see with the mods I've got in this particular one, I've got a whopping 45% crit chance, and I've got 141% crit damage as well. So you don't want your elemental damage in this one. Yes, elemental damage is amazing, but for this build we're going for the 100% crit. So once again, your slot free, you look for the free mod slots. Try and get it at grade 2 legendary. I've only got grade 1, but try and get grade 2 and look for one that's got a high crit chance and high crit damage as well. But let's actually look at the mods that I've got slotted now. For the mods then, I'm not going to talk about the suit and the melee ones. They aren't really important for this build. We're just going to focus on the ranged. Before I do that, in regards to farming these, once again, it's just going out and doing your regular crime missions. However, you can also do the Bruce Wayne stashes. Hopefully you haven't done them yet. You want to wait to level 40 until you do them, and then it means you'll be getting level 40 heroic mods, and in some instances you'll get double mods like the one you can actually see here, because some of your heroics, if we go over here for example, you can see that's just a single heroic, and it's just giving me defense and health, and there's only one icon on the tooltip. Whereas if we go over to our ranged here, you can see there's a double icon for this particular one, and this is ideally what you're aiming for in this build. So this particular one, it's got 8% crit rate and 22% crit damage. I've only got 2 of these at the moment. Ideally I would like to get 3 to get my crit chance even higher, but what I've got here is a legendary one that's dropped, and it's actually got 43% crit damage. I'm not sure if you can get dual legendary mods. If you could, then of course you would go for your crit rate and your crit damage, and once again it's just random when these drop, but you've got the way of farming them in the first instance on your playthrough through the Bruce Wayne caches. Save that until level 40. So that's everything that comes together to give us this build where we've got near enough 100% crit chance when our various different effects are up, and we absolutely chew through content with it. I'm going to show you some gameplay now. I'll show you some open world gameplay, and then I'll show you us taking down Harley Quinn and absolutely smashing her as well. Now if you've got any questions about the build, because the actual build system in the game is really pretty confusing, where you go to farm stuff, where you find things, it's really not intuitive at all. So if you've got any questions, feel free to ask in the comments below, and thanks for tuning in. Enjoy this gameplay, and I'll see you all again soon.
Fun yet? Not fast enough. Keep that up, but I might have to slow down.